welcome back to ArtStream. My name is Kelsey and today we're going to be painting Seaside together. Now, this artwork has a few steps, but I've got some extra tools to help me today. You'll notice here I have some tape. So if you have some masking tape in your house, go and grab it now because it'll come in handy. For this artwork, we're going to start by painting the background. So we're going to do our beach, our waves and our sky. We're going to leave it to dry and then we're going to dive in on our beach house together. There is a few steps, however, I'm here all the way. Now, for this artwork, we have a lot of materials in front of us, so let me explain them. I have got my paint already set out. I've got my white paint, black, and my three primary colors, yellow, red, and blue. I've already talked about the masking tape and what I'm going to use that for. I've also got my water to help me blend colors, a rag to clean my brushes, 3 paint brushes, large, medium, small, and my soon-to-be masterpiece. So let's create. For my beach, I'm going to be using my large paintbrush, and I'm going to be using white, yellow, and a little bit of red to make an orange tone. I don't need my masking tape just yet, so I'm going to put that to the side. So when you're mixing up your colors, be sure to use a little bit of water to help mix them together. To start our beach, we need to think about where we're going to end it. So for me, I like to think of my artwork in half. So if you look at the top half is sky and the bottom half is our sand with a little bit of water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my finger down, and for me this feels like halfway. So I'm going to put a little line so I know that that's where the water is going to start, and then about 3 centimeters down I'm going to put another line, and that's where my beach is going to start. So now I can go ahead and fill all the bottom in with my beach tones. For my artwork, I want to make sure that the edges match what is on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and paint around where the beach is. Once we've finished our beach, we're going to move on to filling in our ocean. So I'm going to clean my brush, and what I want to do is I want to mix white with a little bit of blue to make a nice ocean blue colour. You want to make sure that you do it more of a dark blue because we do want our sky to be a lighter blue. To finish off our background, I'm going to mix up this nice light blue colour by mixing a lot of white with a little bit of the blue. And when I'm doing this, I want my strokes to be really nice and long, and I'm going to add a little bit of extra white into certain places so it kind of looks like clouds. Now that my background's all complete, I am going to leave it to dry for about 10 minutes before I come back to start working on our beach house. Next, we're going to move on to our beach house. Now for that, I'm going to paint the entire beach house white. I'm then going to leave it to dry, and that's when we bring in our masking tape. What I'm going to do is I'm going to layer my masking tape down my beach house so I can get these perfect stripes on it. So I'm going to use my big brush and I'm going to go straight in with white. Now that I have the shape of my beach house, I'm going to fill it all in with white. Now that I've finished painting the base of my beach house, I am going to leave it to dry for about 10 minutes, and when we come back, we're going to use the tape to paint our stripes. Now that our beach house is dry, I'm going to use my masking tape and my red paint to make the stripes. I've already prepared some strips that I'm going to use. What we want to do is we want to put a strip just on the edge here. So I'm going to put one right down the edge of my beach house. I'm then going to use another strip right here. The reason I'm putting it here is so I can get the same width as I put each piece of tape down. Here's my second stripe, here's my first stripe of white, and now I'm going to take off that middle one and use it as a guide for my next one. Now that I've removed the two pieces of tape, I'm ready to paint my two red stripes. For this, I'm going to use my large brush and red paint. I finished painting the red paint into my stripes, and now I get to remove the tape. I want my beach house to dry for a little bit. So while that's drying, I'm going to go and paint in my little seagull, and I'm also going to do the base of my beach house as well as the top. For that, I do need to mix up an orange-brown color, and I'm going to be using white, yellow, red, and maybe a little bit of black. For the bottom of my beach house, I want to make sure that I do a nice straight line and have two legs just underneath. I'm now going to do the top of my beach house, and I'm just going to do 2 straight lines going from the top. While I'm still waiting for my beach house to dry, I'm going to go and add a little seagull down the bottom. So what I want to do is I want to paint his body white. I'm then going to paint a black wing, and I'm going to use my smallest brush to add 2 little legs, an orange beak, and a little black dot for his eye. For my door and my window, I am going to be using masking tape to help me get some really clean shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and put strips of tape around, and then I'm going to paint my door blue and my window black. Now that my tape is all ready, I'm going to paint my door blue and my window black. Once I'm done painting my door and my window, I'm going to use the same blue that I used on my door to paint a flag at the top of my beach house. So the final step of this artwork is we're going to paint in our porch, and I'm going to use my small brush for that, and then we're also going to add a door handle to our door, and then we're done. For the porch, I'm going to be using the same colour that I used at the bottom and the top of my beach house. I'm going to start by doing the top line, and then I'm going to do the lines down. And the final thing is our door handle. And here we have our finished product of our beautiful seaside artwork. Please be sure to share all your wonderful artworks on our Instagram and our Facebook. And thank you for joining us on ArtStream. Have a great day.